Hello, this is a video on how to play a game of pure strategy. It is also known as Goofspiel. It's like war, but it's called Game of Pure Strategy for a reason. And that reason is that both players start off at an equal spot. So the winner of the game is the one with the better strategy. And so, just a little bit of a history on the game. It was developed by a mathematician in the 1930s, um, and it has been the subject of a rigorous mathematical study because since it's a game of pure strategy, mathematicians try to calculate what the best strategy is in games such as this one. So let's just talk about, get into the game. So one player is dealt all of the spades, in this case it's us, and one player is dealt all of the hearts. So both players have exactly the same cards. They have one of each card value. He is dealt, my opponent is dealt all of the hearts from ace to king, and I am dealt all of the spades from ace to king. All the diamonds are being played for, right? As you can see, the diamonds in the middle. And the suit of clubs is not used. The objective of the game is to win more points than your opponent by taking the diamonds in the middle. The winner of the game is the player whose score is highest after all 13 diamonds have been bidded for. The suit of diamonds is shuffled and placed face down. So if you're playing in real life, follow these instructions. The first card is revealed and both players choose a card in their hand and try to win it. So that there is no advantage due to the order of play, the cards that have been played are revealed at the same time. So we have to try to bid to win this jack. I'm going to play a jack. Now, what does this mean? That means since I played a jack, I have now won the jack, as you can see right here in the bottom left corner. Because I played a jack and my opponent played a 5, jack is higher than 5. Therefore, I had the higher card and I win the card in the middle. So, what's the objective of Goofspiel, or the game of pure strategy? The objective is to win as many cards in the middle as you can. You then add up the value of all the diamond cards that you have. Thus, it is a good idea to try to win the higher value diamond cards. This is because if you win an ace and a 2 of diamonds, that only adds up to 3. But if you win a king of diamonds, that is 13 points. Notice how I won the jack. Now I have 11 points. Therefore, your points are the sum of all the diamonds you win from the middle. The player who plays the higher ranking card wins the diamond. And so that's just the basic essence of the game. You want to win the card in the middle by playing the higher ranking card. You want to win higher ranking cards because they give you more points than lower ranking cards. It's quite a simple game. If both players have played the same card value, the next card is drawn and players bid for 2 cards again instead of 1 card. So let's say there's this 4 here. I play a 5. My opponent plays a 5, even though that can't happen because he already played his 5. But just hypothetically. Then that means that what would happen is I would have to bid again, and we would draw another diamond card here, and we would bid for 2 cards, and we would both bid again. Players score points for each diamond they win. The ace is worth 1 point, the jack is worth 11, the queen is worth 12, the king is worth 13, and all other cards are worth their face value. At the end of the game, each player scores the total of all the diamonds they have won, and the higher score wins. And so now we're just going to play out some games so you can hopefully see how this is working. I'm going to put a 10. So I won the 4 there. I'm going to play my... I don't really care about winning that, so I'm just going to play my 2. Because an ace is only worth 1 point. Notice how we have both played. Now that card goes to the side. Now we are bidding for both cards. We are bidding for the king and the ace. I'm going to play my king because I want to win both cards. We have both played the same card again. Now, so if you play the same value card when you are bidding, you set the card to the side and you pull up another diamond. And you bid for that again. If you have no other diamonds left, so let's say you both play the same value card for the last card, then nobody wins it. So if this is the last diamond, and there are no other diamonds to draw, and we both play the same value card here, then no opponent wins the diamond. So I'm going to play a queen here. And so I win that card. In this version, the cards that are tied are discarded. However, in the next round, we will play with the different version. So we're just going to keep playing here. So he won. And I'm just playing random cards here. And so hopefully you can sort of see the gist of the game. Now, your strategy might be, hey, I want to use my king to win a guaranteed bid. However, it might be beneficial to save your higher bidding cards for higher value cards. If you use your higher bidding cards on lower value cards, you will guarantee that you get them. But then, if you use your higher value cards on a card of low value in the middle, also a diamond of low value, you will probably get it because your opponent won't bid a high value card. However, you will then not have a high value card for subsequent turns. So you have to compare. The basic strategy in this game is comparing the value of the card that you are giving up versus the value of the card that you are getting. So the value of the spade that I'm giving up versus the value of the diamond that I'm getting. In this case, I'm giving up a 5 and I'm getting a queen. That is much greater value, and so if I win this, I will be extremely thankful. However, I did not, and now my opponent is winning. I am losing. So it looks like we're going to lose the game. Yeah, we're going to lose the game. My opponent has just gained 10 points. And so we have just lost the game. So I'll be right back. So once again, what is the objective of the game? The objective of Glücksspiel, or Game of Pure Strategy, is to win as many diamonds as you can in the middle. You want to win the diamonds of the highest value because at the end of the game, when all 13 diamonds have been played for, you add up the value of all the diamond cards that you have. The player with the higher score wins the game. So once again, here is how you play. The aim of the game is to win more points than your opponent by taking the diamonds. The winner of the game is the player who scores highest after all 13 diamonds have been played for. Cards that have been played are revealed at the same time. The player who played the higher card wins the diamond. If both players have played the same card value, neither wins the diamond, and it is carried over to be won with the next hand. The next diamond is revealed, and play continues in this way until all the diamonds have been revealed. If the last hand is drawn, which means the last hand is drawn as in a draw, that means both players have played the same value card. Since there's no more diamonds, if the last card is drawn, or the last card is in a position where both players have played the same value card, nobody wins the last diamond. Players score points for each diamond they win. The ace is worth 1 point, the jack 11, the queen 12, the king 13, and all other cards are their face value. At the end of the game, each player scores the total of all the diamonds they have won. and the higher score wins. And so that's the essence. Now 9 is a relatively high value card, and so I'm going to bid a 10 here, trying to win it. And so we did win. So notice we have a 9 down there. 4 is not that high value. I'm just going to bid a 5. Let's see if we can win. Notice how we have both played the same value card. Now we are playing for 2 cards. I'm going to play a king in an attempt to win this king. We have both played the same value card again. So now we are playing. I think it is beneficial to play a queen. Notice how my opponent played an ace. I had the higher value card. So I have ended up, and in this case the setting is not working, but in real life I would have won the 4 and the king. Now in this game the setting isn't working. It's just my software. But if you keep tying, you're not only playing for 1 card or 2 cards, you're playing for the previous cards that you just had. So you're playing for 2 cards, 3 cards, maybe even 4 cards. And so hopefully we can get the setting working here. So we have a 5 here. I'm going to play a 6 in an attempt to beat my opponent. My opponent played a 2, therefore I win the 5. This card is a 2. I'm going to play a 2. My opponent played a 4, and so he wins the card. Notice how I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about winning the cards of lower value. Moreover, I use this as a fact to let my opponent get rid of his higher value bidding power. In the future, that means that I will have a stronger bidding power. In this case, my opponent won that card as well, so it's quite a neck and neck game. I'm going to play a jack, because I believe a 10 is quite a valuable card. My opponent played a queen, and you can keep track of the bidding power. I know my opponent doesn't have a queen, so that means I know I can play my queen, and if my opponent doesn't have his king, then I'm also playing it. Notice how we are now playing for the 6 and the 7. This is quite a big game. My opponent played his king, so my opponent wins the 6 and the 7. Notice how my opponent has won the 6 and the 7 at the top of the screen. He is in quite a big lead. I'm now going to play the 10 in an attempt to win this hand. My opponent played his 8. I'm now going to play my king in an attempt to win this hand. My opponent played his ace. I win the 8 and the queen. So in real life, when you have a tie, the card is simply put off to the side and you draw a new diamond. You then bid on that diamond. Both players bid again, and the winner of the bid wins both the card currently and the card set to the side. So if a tie occurs, you bid again, bidding for an extra card and the card that you previously tied for. In this case, I do want to win this 9, and so it's good I played that queen. Now that's a king. I don't have a king. I will play my 7. In this case, I beat my opponent, so I do get the king. Now I'm in quite a great position to win. I cannot lose. This is because my opponent can at max get 44 points, and so this was quite a close game. The objective of the game is to win more points than your opponent by taking more diamonds. The winner of the game is the player who scores the highest after all 13 diamonds have been played for. Both players reveal their card at the same time, so there's no advantage due to the order of the play. The player who has played the higher card wins the diamond by winning the bid. If both players have played the same card value, the diamond is carried over to the next hand and is won, so you end up bidding on 2 diamonds instead of 1. If you have a tie again, then you pull up another diamond and you bid on it, bidding for all 3 cards. Players score points for each diamond they win. The ace is worth 1 point, the jack 11, the queen 12, the king 13, and all other cards are their face value. At the end of the game, each player scores the total of all the diamonds they have won, and the higher scorer wins. In terms of strategy, you don't want to get rid of your higher bidding power, such as kings and queens, instantly. This is because you want to save the higher bidding power for the higher value cards. It is more beneficial to acquire higher value diamonds than lower value diamonds because the higher value diamonds add up to a higher score. Thus, you want to, every time you bid, you have to think of the decision. Is the card I am bidding worth it to get rid of versus the card I may be able to obtain? So, if you're able to obtain a king, is it worth it to get rid of an ace? Absolutely, a king is much greater than an ace. However, if the diamond in the middle is an ace, is it worth it to bid a 10? No, you're giving up a bidding power of 10 to obtain a score of 1 towards your diamonds at the end of the game. So you have to think to yourself, is the card I'm bidding for worth it to bid the value I'm bidding? In other words, the card I am bidding for in the middle, the diamond I'm bidding for in the middle, is it worth it to get rid of the card that I want to use as my bidding power? And so that's it for Game of Pure Strategy. It's quite a fun game, and it's a strategy-based game, and I hope you enjoy it. It's quite simple, and honestly, the simple games are sometimes the funnest because you can explain them quite quickly, and everybody usually has a blast because they actually understand how to play. Thank you.